all of my, hold on a second. What's going on to all of my Libras, right? Yeah, Libras. So please make sure to get this book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The link will be in the description box below as usual. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video. So, you know, so I'm just out here trying to push these videos out as much as possible, right? Like I said, you really want to go ahead and check out the Aries video because I'm kind of be explaining certain things. But let's get into it for the Libras. Let's get into it. So the cards that I come up with for the Libras are why is it like that? Alright, whatever. The Five of Cups, the Ten of Coins, Two of Coins, Four of Wands, Ten of Swords, Three of Wands, Wands, Spears is really the same thing, King of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Chariot, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Star card, Five of Wands, Ace of Coins, and you have the Queen of Spears, i.e. Wands. Coins are pentacles. So would really appreciate it also too if people come through and get some of my readings, because I'm essentially trying to invest it back into the channel so that, you know what I mean, we can keep building and growing. But ultimately it's up to y'all. The Five of Cups, Ten of Coins, Two of Coins. This is a situation for a lot of the Libras where I'm kind of seeing how a lot of the Libras are in a situation where, well, not really in a situation. It's more so someone kind of thinking about you quite a little bit, or thinking about you a lot, I should say. And they're kind of thinking about how they shouldn't have treated you a certain way, right? Someone from the past. So the Ten of Coins is that, you know, things ended between you and them. And they're kind of wishing that they wouldn't have treated you the way that they did. So it's a matter of, you know, they could even be with somebody but thinking about you. Or they may not necessarily be with somebody, but they're still thinking about you. So now it's this mentality of you have this person that's essentially stuck on you because they can't seem to forget about you, whether or not they're with someone. And then you have the Four of Spears and the Ten of Swords. So the Four of Spears and the Ten of Swords represents how a lot of you Libras, right? A lot of you Libras want to see what's going on. A lot of you Libras are good right now. You've been, obviously, look at the trader on it, right? This is Jon Snow, right? When Jon Snow was clipped up a couple of times, remember from the nights watching the Game of Thrones, the people who saw it, they will go ahead and know what it is that I'm talking about, right? Because there was basically, they thought that Jon Snow was a traitor and stuff when Jon Snow was really evolving with the times. You can't be too much of a traditionalist, otherwise you end up getting stuck in the mud and you don't ever evolve. So the thing is that the Ten of Spears represents the same thing. Those people were a little bit too stuck in the mud in their own ways. And their own ways is a way of manipulation and trickery, and they're so smart to the point where they end up becoming dumb, because a lot of the times most people don't understand that there's a difference between smart and wise. Smart is uses of trickery, right? You're trying to trick somebody, and like wisdom is understanding when to turn on the manipulative games and when to turn them off. So a lot of people are so smart, right? They love using all of these tricks. But like I said before, those most people who use trickery in their everyday life, then they're not quite bright. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I can go ahead and tell you right now that there's a way that you can use trickery and you can lie to somebody and actually be able to get away with it to where you wouldn't know the person whom you're lying to or even manipulating, because it's two different things slightly, wouldn't even necessarily know that you lying until either it's too late or they may never find out. But again, most people does perform most people exhibits a form of self-snitching. They have forked tongues. They say one thing and then it's like they give their disposition away. So what I'm saying to you, Libras, is all those clown individuals who act as if like they have so much knowledge over you and stuff like this, they're dumb. You know what I mean? And the thing is that the Three of Wands, the King of Swords, represents this is you moving past that form of pain and suffering that you've been through, right? With this person may have played all these manipulative games, you know, and they wanted you to cry and, you know, tug on your heartstrings and just hurt you with sadness and stuff like this. A lot of you Libras have moved past that. And see, the thing is that the Nine of Cups represents that you're on right now on a better path right now where you're a lot more optimistic and happy with yourselves. The Chariot represents how you're being successful, right? And the Page of Cups represents that you have people who, this person from the past who you used to be in a relationship, they want that. They're not necessarily going to come back, right? At least from what it is that I'm seeing now, because it's not because you didn't get a card like the Six of Cups. Now, if you'd have got the Six of Cups in this reading, then I would have been like, yeah, you know what I mean? Definitely be on the lookout. But I don't necessarily see that. What it is that I'm at all, really. What I'm seeing here is that they see you through your Instagram, or maybe they may live in the same neighborhood with you, right? Whatever is your living conditions, right? However it is that they see you, whether it's Instagram, social media, whatever the case may be. By the way, join my Instagram page, right? They know that you're doing better without them, and they wish that you were around. But see, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords represents how this is a situation for a lot of you Libras, where, you know, right now you kind of vigilant as to what exactly is going on. And a lot of you Libras need to learn to watch out for that, right? You should question everything. Excuse me. You should question everything, and you should examine. Sorry about that. You should examine everything, but at the same time, just because you should question everything and you should examine it, you have to understand to not to be so suspicious to the point of paranoia where, you know, you start enforcing the ideology that other people are going to hurt you, even when that may not necessarily be the case. So the Star card and the Five of Spears represents this being a situation for a lot of you Libras where, so now you're a free agent, right? You're able to come and go as you please. You've been that since the reading started, right? Because since the reading has started, it means that you have already walked away from this person. The Star card, hold on. What is going on? So, yeah, so sorry about that. All manner of craziness is going on. So I was on to the Star and the Five of Spears. And the Star and the Five of Spears represents like how a lot of you Libras, right? How a lot of you Libras were really in a situation where what you've got going on is that you ultimately you're a free agent now, so you're free to come and go as you please, right? And you know, these people are really upset that you're not around. You know, and you kind of just doing your own thing, and these people are actually like kind of self-destructing as to why it is that you're so happy. And see, the thing is that the Ace of Coins and the Queen of Spears, right, represents like they wish that they can come back and offer something to you, but as the Ace of Coins. But the Queen of Spears represents you know, what can they offer this person? This person essentially has everything. They have their own kingdom. They got their own stuff going on. So what exactly physically could they put in your hand that could make up for the betrayal that a lot of you Libras have suffered, right? Suffered through, because they're untrustworthy. Now let's clarify the Queen of Spears. Masa, Erzuli, La Flambeau, and you have Ochosi. So Ochosi is about how a lot of you, Libras, right? When you clarify the Queen of Spears, again, you know, you inherited your own moon and stars, right? You inherited your own universe. Sorry, that was my cat. And the thing is that the Erzuli Flambeau represents, you know, you how do I say this? This person knows that they can't come back, because if they try, you're going to rip them a new one. You're going to be like, nah, definitely not. Ochosi represents this being a situation for you Libras, right? Where, you know, justice has essentially prevailed, because the arrow is symbolic of justice. And justice, right? You have Libra. So this is about how you Libras are like, you've essentially created your own order, your own justice, right? See, the whole thing about Libra is that Libra can be a maniacal sign, right? You know, Libra can be a maniacal zodiac sign. It could be kind of crazy. Libra can, because that's the quote unquote balance, you know, because Libras like to do the balance. That's the balance that Libras either don't know, or some of them act like they don't know. What you're really supposed to make right in yourself is you Libras are really supposed to take a stand as to where you are, in the sense of, are you going to act like a robot and just kind of not care about what other people have got going on? Or are you going to deal with and address your own personal issues and actually make right with the people who want to make right with you? That's the secret of Libra. You know what I'm saying? And then once the Libras internally can make that right about themselves, Libras is a social sign, because they're air signs: Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So a Libra who figures things out is amazing, in the sense that when they do figure it out, because what they can do for people is really kind of like, they could be great lawyers, right? And it's the lawyer's sake, in the sense that they could end up saving innocent people, potentially, right, who could find themselves in a very serious situation. They can actually be the ones to actually produce the case for this person's innocence. You understand what I'm saying? To help that person out and other things. But that doesn't get established until the Libras realize that it's not about you have to figure out for yourself what it is that you want to do. And a lot of you Libras have figured out that y'all have some of y'all have dealt with that pain, and some of y'all are like, look, you know what I'm saying, but you still need to do some more you still need to do some more shadow work, because you may be a little bit too overzealous about like telling people to freak off. You know what I mean? Let's clarify this some more. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Queen of Swords. You have the Hongan. Ooh, Ancestors. That's a card I don't get too much. Marasa. So to clarify the Queen of Swords, interesting. So the Hongan was how, you know, like you gotta actually do the shadow work. You have to actually go into yourself and realize that part of the reason why it is that you're being a little bit overly alert is because people have hurt you in the past. But you have to learn that that's not necessarily really the case. Yes, people have hurt you. I'm not denying or trying to ignore the fact that people have hurt you. But what I am saying is that you have to learn to actually go through with that internally and deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And realize that those people who do stuff like that to you are they're pigs. I can't even call them that. They're not really worthy of a whole lot. And then you have the Ancestors. Now this is a card I don't really pull too much, right? This is a card that I really don't get too much. Now the Ancestors represents just as this is. You know, if you're really learning about your own feelings and stuff and your emotions, very two different things, then what's happening here is that, remember, you're finding out some things at this point, even about yourselves, that you never even necessarily knew existed, or you really took a second to really see, to really realize that it was even there. And see, the thing about it is that the Marasa represents, so now comes into play this whole new learning lesson about what it is that you think love is. But because there is a lesson on what you think love is there. But the Queen of Swords represents you're going to have to first learn to get over being overly suspicious of other people, right? Obviously, be suspicious. You should always be suspicious. That's what keeps the question mark up. That's what keeps you questioning certain things. But at the same time, you got to learn to give some form of leniency. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.